Good day, everyone. Hello, grade 4. I am Teacher Mylene and welcome back to our math class. In today's virtual instruction, I will guide you to answer activities 2 and 3 with the topic Identifying and Describing Triangles According to Sides and Angles. Let us now have the examples for Activity 2 on page 10 with the title Kinds of Triangles. But before we'll have some examples for this activity, here are some geometric facts about triangles. An isosceles triangle is a triangle in which two sides of the triangle have equal length. The two angles opposite the legs are equal and are always acute. An equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all three sides have the same length. Each angle of an equilateral triangle has a measure of 60 degrees. A right triangle can be scalene, having all three sides of different length, or isosceles, having exactly two sides of equal length, but it can never be an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle cannot be a right triangle. Here is why. In an equilateral triangle, all angles are congruent, since all three of the sides are congruent. In a right triangle, however, the three angles cannot be congruent. This is because in a right triangle, one angle equals 90 degrees. Therefore, you can't have three angles equal 90 degrees. Always remember that the sum of all the interior angles in a triangle measures 180 degrees. An acute triangle has all angles measuring less than 90 degrees. Take note that it is possible for an acute triangle to also be scalene, isosceles, or equilateral, but not a right triangle since a right triangle has one right angle which measures exactly 90 degrees. A right triangle is a triangle in which one angle is a right angle, that is, a 90-degree angle. Let us now have examples for this activity. But before that, here is the direction. Write yes if the answer is true and no if not. Let us have the first example. Can a right triangle be a scalene triangle? As stated earlier, a right triangle can be a scalene or isosceles triangle, but can never be an equilateral triangle. Therefore, the answer to this question is yes. Let us have the second example. Can an isosceles triangle be an obtuse triangle? As stated earlier, isosceles triangle have two sides that are equal, and the two angles opposite the legs are equal and are always acute. Therefore, the answer to this question is no. Let us proceed with examples for Activity 3 on page 10 with the title, Kinds of Triangles. The direction for this activity is identify the triangles as isosceles, equilateral, or scalene. But before that, Let's have a short review on the types of triangles according to their sides. Let us now have the examples. Look at the given example. As you have noticed, two sides are equal. Then, we call this triangle as isosceles triangle. Next example. As you have noticed, this triangle have three sides that are equal. Therefore, this triangle is an equilateral triangle. For the last example, we have a triangle that has no equal sides, and we call this triangle as Iscalene triangle. That will be all for the examples of activities 2 and 3. Thank you and stay tuned for the next virtual instruction.